So I'm going to do something different for this vlog. I'm going to try and review a movie. Is it a classic? Yeah, I guess you could call it a classic. Is it a good movie? No. But it's not... Okay, yeah, it's a bad movie. But it's one of those movies that's considered so bad, it's excellent. Now, I've already actually done a text review of this movie, so if you want to just read that review, go ahead and click on the link below. Otherwise, right after the credits, let's dive right into Miami Connection. Miami Connection is an independent martial arts movie that was released in 1988. It disappeared for nearly 3 decades until Drafthouse Films, an independent film distribution company out of Austin, Texas, found a print of the film on eBay for $50. They restored it, released it back into the public, and it has become an instant cult classic since then. So what's the premise of this movie? Well, get this. There are these drug-dealing, motorcycle-riding ninjas out of Miami that are trying to spread their influence onto Orlando. And the one thing standing in their way is a synth rock band full of Taekwondo black belts called Dragon Sound. I could not make that up even if I tried. Yeah.
We start off this movie with somewhere in Miami. We see what appears to be an illegal packaged noodle trade in place, and oh wait, that's just cocaine. So it looks like everything's going well when suddenly... Yep, it's ninjas, and they waste no time in killing the drug dealers. Back at the ninjas' hideout, their leader, Yashito, congratulates them by berating them for forgetting the money.
All of you forgot the most important thing. The money!
Because as we all know, cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar dollar bill, y'all. God, I am white.
After the credits, we're introduced to a gang led here by Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
There. I made that joke. Are you happy? You happy now? What I do for entertainment these days.
Jeff is friends and business partners with Yashito, and Jeff's sister is in Dragon Sound dating the band's bassist, John. Jeff clearly takes this well the next day.
Jeff, this is my friend John.
Oh, Jeff, heard a lot of good things about you. Where'd you find this son of a bitch?
He's a friend of mine from school.
A friend?
How can you act like that?
Shut up!
Well, that was a pleasant greeting, that's for sure.
This instigates a blood feud between Dragon Sound and Jeff's gang. Things further escalate when a rival band joins Jeff's gang to get revenge on Dragon Sound for taking their jobs.
I need you to get rid of them. Get my job back. If you do, I'll join up with you. It's just one thing you gotta know. They're all black belts in Taekwondo and they're pretty bad. If you get my job back for me, any money I make is yours.
That does not make sense.
Eventually, the feud between Dragon Sound and Jeff's gang comes to a head when Jeff has the band's vocalist and main guitarist Tom kidnapped, forcing the rest of Dragon Sound to come and rescue them. The resulting altercation results in Jeff falling to his death.
Oh, and it's a big one, doozy. He is certainly street pizza by now. Yep.
News of Jeff's death has reached Yashito, and he vows utter sweet, sweet revenge.
We must avenge Jeff's death. We'll not escape the Miami Ninja!
The major subplot centers on band member Jim, who reveals to the band members that he's not an orphan like the others, but in fact has a father out there he's searching for. Towards the film's climax, Jim receives a letter saying that his father has been located and is flying out to Orlando to meet him.
My father! My father! I found my father! Oh my god!
Oh my god, he sounds like a schoolgirl. I mean, he's squealing like a schoolgirl. And I'm going to go to hell.
It's on the band's way to meet with Jim's father that the ninjas ambush our heroes. And here's where the movie takes an unexpected, what the turn. Jim gets seriously wounded, and almost immediately Dragon Sound goes absolute bat crazy and out for blood, slashing ninjas down left and right.
To quote Taylor Swift, "Now we got problems, I don't think we can solve them. You made a really deep cut, 'cause now, baby, we got bad blood." You know, I'd actually put in the audio clips from that song, but you know how Taylor Swift is these days, and God, why am I even quoting Taylor Swift?
One of the wounded ninja makes their way back to Yoshido, reporting that all their fellow comrades are dead. Yoshido, in classic evil ninja fashion, promptly rewards the ninja's loyalty. Yoshido then confronts Mark, Dragon Sound's most skilled martial artist. This, obviously being a classic good versus evil scenario, Mark of course wins and kills Yoshido with his own kunai knife. Jim is rushed to the hospital and of course lives. His father present to hear the good news and promises to never abandon his son again.
I was gonna mess with our band again.
Now we're all safe.
Jim, it's all over.
Let's all go home.
So, violence is the ultimate answer? Go figure. Obviously, this plot is not very well done. However, there is a plot. Now, unlike some other bad movies that are great, like The Room, not to bash The Room, I love that movie too, but see, The Room has this plot of a fiance that's cheating on her husband-to-be with the husband's best friend. So there's the main plot, but then we have all these different subplots that are introduced, yet we have absolute no resolution to them, and they're never resolved at all. Here in Miami Connection, we actually do have a plot and a subplot that are resolved. However, in exchange for multiple subplots that are never explained and resolved, we have multiple scenes that are introduced and they go absolutely nowhere. Like, I mean, for example, there's this one scene where they're in a restaurant and then all of a sudden it just cuts to them playing and I'm like, the heck?
Tastes good? Yes, tastes good.
Uncle Sean, you take great care of us.
Good.
Uncle Song, you have to give Mark the recipe today.
Take great care of us. We love you.
Now, like every other great bad movie, the acting's not that great. But these guys tried. And again, not to bash The Room, but those actors, they tried, but God, they were horrible. Here, there's effort, if you want to call it effort. I mean, they really do try and push the drama edge. And this scene here really tries. It's the scene where Jim tells the guys that he is not an orphan and he's searching for his father. God, he tries, and it just makes me laugh a lot. So hard every time I watch this. It's emotional, but God, it's so funny.
My mother was Korean, and my father was Black American. She gave me this picture when she was real sick. I was only 9 years old. They say that they loved each other and they were real loyal. They were real happy. But then when he finished military duty, he left.
Fight scenes are honestly not that bad. I mean, sure, I've seen much better fight scenes, and I've seen my share of bad fight scenes. The fight scenes in Miami Connection are a little bit in between. Y.K. Kim, who plays Mark, was also the director and actually co-director and co-producer of this movie, and he also apparently was the fight choreographer, which makes sense. And he clearly put some thought into these fight scenes. Some of these fight scenes, I can probably bet you where they shot these fight scenes. I'm pretty sure they had no permission to shoot those. Like, for example, when the rival band fights them in the empty street, I'm sure they shot that at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I mean, there is no way they could have gotten permits to do that. Let's talk about Y.K. Kim. Y.K. Kim was, or actually is, he's still living, what am I thinking about? He's a native from Seoul, which is South Korea, and he was the youngest to achieve a black belt at the time. He was age 13, and this was like back in the 70s, I'm not sure. What am I thinking? So in 1978, he comes here to America, opens a chain of successful schools in Orlando. Now, back in Seoul, Korea, while on a talk show there, he meets Woo Sang Park, who is the co-director of this movie, and they talk about making a movie together. And this is the result of that. There were some other pre-plans, but this was the official plan. And it turned out to be pretty good. You can tell that Y.K. Kim is trying his damnedest here, though, to come up with a story, to tell it, and it's pretty admirable. This is a guy, after all, who's never done a movie before, and this is honestly his only film. And he tries. Not saying it's a great effort, but it's effort nonetheless. Now, obviously, the movie focuses on the band Dragon Sound, and of course, music probably plays a big part, and it does. And music's actually not that bad. I mean, they're cheesy and campy as heck, but they're catchy. The songs Friends Forever and Against the Ninja were actually written by 2 of the movie's co-stars. Angelo Gennati, who plays Tom, the vocalist and the lead guitarist, and Kathy Coyer, who was the girlfriend in the movie. They're both actual musicians, and they wrote the songs for Dragon Sound. The rest of the songs that you hear in the movie are written by another band, the Lloyd Richards Band, but of course the songs you always keep thinking of are Friends Forever and Against the Ninja. And they are very catchy. Ultimately, Miami Connection is a bad movie, definitely, but it's also a pretty good movie. For a bad one, yeah. What I think ultimately works is that obviously it's not trying to take it seriously, but that there's passion behind it. You can really tell these guys are trying to make something memorable and awesome, even though it's terrible. But in a good way. And yeah, that's ultimately what makes it work. So thank you guys for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you guys think, and maybe I'll do other reviews down the road. Who knows? So again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later.
Friends through eternity.